Welcome back to Masters and Martyrs. We follow the party as they have defeated the gem monster and are back in Messagoria. And after their triumphant defeat of this, they have now returned to the city. What are you guys doing?
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it?
That really wasn't that bad.
Okay, well, now I can go tell the owl guy that the city is saved. I don't want to see him ever again. Okay.
So, you got your item back, but what does it exactly do?
Dude, it's like my pet, you know? So I just pull it out and I kind of like caress it. Well, you see, it's like an egg, and before it hatches, it's useless. But I need to be close to it to make sure. It's like I'm like a mother hen, okay? I keep it close.
So, what is it going to hatch into?
I have no idea, okay? But this is all I've left of my family, alright? It's like an heirloom. Okay. Whew. Put it away.
Is it really worth risking our lives for that?
Look, guys, it doesn't need to feel worth it to you, but it was worth it to me. Okay? Okay. Well, you know, it's been a pleasure working with you folks. Gotta go tell Owlman now that his village is okay. So that's what I'll be doing. Start
Have fun with that.
trotting off.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
I'm getting hungry, so I'm going over to the nearest food stand I see.
Alright. Oh, hey, sir. What can I do for you today?
Oh, what do you sell over here?
We got bread. I have some berries. I even do my own jams, but that's about it right now.
I'll take a jar of your, What kind of jams do you got?
We got raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, grape.
I'll take grape. And then, 3 loaves of bread. I'll keep it light today.
Alright, that's 2 silver.
Alright, and I pull out a gold and have them split it.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I start just opening the jam and putting some on each loaf of bread as I eat them like they're breadsticks.
Alright, yummy, I suppose.
Delicious.
Alright, what are you doing?
I suppose as the rest of the group has split up, I work myself back to my home and get
Alright.
ready to unpack.
Sounds good. Alright, let's go back to L quickly. Heading back to the Genesis Academy, to the archive where you believe this owl is. You're getting closer, and then I want you to make a perception check.
Hey, that is an 8. Solid.
Solid 8.
That's right.
Alright.
It's good, isn't it? Real good. Real good.
I'm sure it is.
I perceive it all.
Looking to your right, all you can make out is the subtle image of what looks to be a person wearing your mask.
I look over. Do I see him?
No.
What? Excuse me? What was that? So I don't see anything else?
No.
Can I perceive again?
You can make one more perception check.
Nat 20. I'm looking all around for some crazy person.
Now, like, looking towards the direction you were going, which is towards the archive, you see again that figure standing like outside the door of the archive.
With somebody with my mask on?
Yes.
I start running at him.
They're not appearing to move.
Who are you? What's going on here?
As you're running towards them, make it one more perception check.
13. Ooh.
And you hear a familiar voice call from behind you, saying, Ramil.
I look around like very quickly because most people wouldn't know that name.
Looking around, you don't see anything. And looking back towards where you're running, that figure is gone.
Dang it! What in the world is going on here? Who? And there's nobody who could have called my name, maybe?
Not appearing so. Like, there's a few people somewhat nearby, but they don't look like they were even close to paying attention to you. Maybe. But you didn't recognize any of them, so they wouldn't theoretically know your name.
What in the world? What's going on? Ugh. This is so weird.
Are you going to continue heading towards the archive?
I'm gonna sit down for a bit and just kind of like keep an eye out, like something's weird, just looking for things, and then in a couple minutes I'm gonna get up and go in there.
All right. Boulder. Why don't you make a perception check?
Oh, baby. 4.
Okay,
Man.
your bread is spectacular. And you don't care about the world around you at this point, because the bread is all you really need.
When you're that big, you gotta eat. And when you gotta eat,
You gotta
it's a
eat
good,
big.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Okay.
Good day. Good day for some food.
Too nice to focus on the surroundings.
All right, so you're just munching away, having a grand old time.
I'm slowly walking back toward that tavern where I slept the other night, just because.
Okay. Good to know.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
It was a nice place.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
also want some.
Detective
milk.
Spade.
Oh.
You at this point have made it back to the cathedral, if that's where you're still heading towards. Why don't you make a perception check?
19.
There we go.
19. Okay. You do notice, walking into the building, that several of the decorations on the walls and stuff are on the wrong side. At least from your memory. That's all you notice.
Weird.
Ah, Detective Spade. It's good to see you again. This is Priest Mills.
Have you decided to redecorate?
What do you mean?
Looks like you've been moving some things around last I remember.
No, this is how it's been as long as I remember. I mean, unless someone moved it around on me. I guess I am getting older.
Interesting. Well, how has everything been going around here?
We've been doing good. We've been getting lots of donations. We're able to send a lot of aid to places that need it. It's been very good, very useful. How was your adventure? Were you successful?
Yes, we found what we were looking for, and we seem to have stopped whatever was manipulating people up north.
Good, good. Going back to L, is there anything else you're doing?
I was looking around for anything out of the ordinary.
Alright, why don't you make another perception check?
That is a solid 8. It's a really good 8, by the way.
You don't see anything.
Okay. Well, then I'm just like, well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna go do what I gotta do.
So
I
you're gonna
get
go
up
into the archive?
and go in there.
Okay.
Hopefully the guards let me in.
Walking up to where the guards are, they kind of give you a weird look. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. My bad. I have business with the archivist in here, and, had a little bit of an errand to run for him, and I just was checking back in, letting them know I got it done.
You have business with Arvid?
If that's his name, yes.
Okay, we'll let you in a little bit. We'll keep an eye on you, though.
What do you mean by a little bit? Like I gotta step in the door, or what's going on?
We're gonna
here?
let you in, yes.
Okay.
And then opening the door for you. When you get in, they gesture to the archivist, and it is a human sitting down, writing something down. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Owlman. Have you seen him?
Owl man?
Yes, big owl man.
Are you talking about some kind of millennial?
Maybe. I don't know. Like the other archivist who works here, big owl.
We only have one other archivist working here, and he is also human.
What? Well, okay. Is there an owl that frequents these parts? You know?
I've never seen one.
What? He was just here the other day.
I was here the other day.
Well, how long ago was my encounter with this owl man? How many days?
Couple.
So how many? Like 4?
You're not really. Make a intelligence check.
Disadvantage.
1.
You have no idea. You do not remember.
It was like days past prior to today.
I've
You know?
been here all week, so it's not the end of the week. So if it was at least this week, I've been here the entire time the archive is open.
Dude, but you weren't though, because I was just here in some previous few days ish. Sometime I don't remember the time. It's all kind of fuzzy, honestly. But
I've been on shift this whole week, and my buddy was on shift the other week, so it would have been human no matter what. We don't have anyone else that works here.
okay, whatever. I'm out of here. I start heading to find Professor Lantheon to see if I can clear things up.
All right. Going back to Boulder,
Yeah.
let's make another perception check.
All right.
Let's open those eyes a bit, shall we?
18.
All right.
Now that I'm done eating my food, I'm looking all around.
There you go. There you go. All right. Let's see here.
At this point, am I in the tavern?
Yeah, I'd say you are. As you step into the tavern, all of a sudden, you're in the middle of a field.
Dude, if you would have like rolled low on your perception and still not understood that, that would have been pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of a field. And looking around, all of a sudden, like 2 little kids like run past you.
What is going on here?
And looking towards where they were running. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Okay. Then I'm really scared.
Looking towards where they're running to, you see what looks to be like a whole bunch of families like working on constructing some housing, like building up some things. And why don't you make an intelligence check too?
A 6.
It's enough. You're able to determine that this looks a lot like the abandoned town you were in, and you see them like building it up, and they're celebrating some event, and then you have this kind of this weird perspective of it. What else do you do while you're here?
Well, first I judge, like, can I walk around and interact with this, like, weird world, I guess?
Walking a few steps forward, you kind of get the feeling something's behind you. What do you do?
Look behind me.
Just making sure. Yeah, looking behind you, you see this huge, tall obelisk. As like you're standing in its shadow, basically, and looking around. now you're in the tavern again.
Creepy man.
That was bizarre. Well, I guess I'll go get my drink anyways.
Wow. Okay.
I like it. He's committed. All right. So yeah, you get some happy tavern music while you're in there. So. All right. Active Spade. Anything else you're doing while you're in this cathedral?
No, I think I just unpack. Contemplating that I am, just I don't know. It's been a long couple of days. Maybe my mind is just jumbled from the displaced items. So I'm just gonna unpack. Maybe get some rest. See if that helps me when I wake up.
All right. Why don't you make one last perception check here?
23.
Okay.
That's what I like to see.
All right. As you're taking something out, all of a sudden, in your hand, you have a ribbon. And you're somewhere else entirely. In fact, the little happy music fades. You're somewhere else entirely. And you see, and everyone around is clapping, yeah, as you're about to pin a ribbon on this incredibly puffy animal. It's a cloud sheep, and you would know these creatures. They're certain kind of sheep that's native to this world that their wool grows very, very huge. And you're pinning a ribbon on it for first place. And looking around, the little girl looks up. Yes, my sheep won! And looking more around, you see what looks to be some kind of town fair, and you're very disoriented. Yeah, and you're just, and it looks like there's a whole bunch of these cloud sheep up here, and they're getting different kinds of ribbons. And you see like a banner for which one's the fluffiest, and that's the scenario. What do you do?
Kind of just look around and try. Is there anything obscure about the scenario? It's almost like I'm in a different reality.
It's almost like you're in a different reality. They don't even seem. It's not like they're surprised you're there. You're definitely surprised you're there. But even looking at yourself, you don't really appear to be yourself.
So am I a different person?
Why don't you make an intelligence check?
19. I should have rolled that, but
Yeah, still.
Yes, you appear to not have like any of your normal form to yourself. You don't believe it was your own doing. It doesn't seem to be that way.
You're taller.
And this little girl looking up at you almost as if she knows you, like, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you! Anything else you want to try to do?
I'm kind of like starstruck. Like I'm trying to observe.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure of anything.
Looking more around to with your intelligence check you had, you definitely understand that this is the town you were in, the abandoned town.
Alright.
And off to the side, you see the obelisk that was tipped over, standing strong, as like the light's actually hitting it, and the sun is like it hits the top of it and almost lets a subtle green glow kind of be cast over this town.
With that information, I pose a question like, when am I? What time period is this?
Do you just kind of ask that to people?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? This is our our first final town fair. I mean, we just got this town going, so it's amazing. I mean, what do you mean? Are you okay, Frank?
Frank. Who's Frank?
You're Frank? That's your daughter right there. Are you okay?
No. I must have hit my head or something.
Oh, why don't we check you out? At that moment, you're back in your room. With the happy music.
Yeah. Happy cathedral music again.
It's more for you, but you know, we can't all have our perfect music. So.
Makes sense.
I coming back to reality, I almost like stumble back as if like I've just returned to myself, and I set my things down and I immediately leave in search for Boulder and Elle.
All right. So, we'll go back to Elle for a moment. What are you doing right now? Oh, so you're going to Professor Lantheon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm on a mission.
All right.
This boy's gonna give me some answers.
Going in to the professor's lounge area, to the room you know he is at. Knocking on it. All right. You don't really hear an answer.
Hey, let me in!
It's open.
I like barge right in.
All right. All right. So you see the Chi professor that is sitting there, kind of just is relaxing in his chair. It looks like he's in deep thought.
Hey, what happened to the old archivist that was here a few days ago?
What archivist? I don't think they had any change of staff.
So, when I brought you the stuff, and then you told me that I needed to go get you something to make me some stuff, then I went over there, found this archivist, which was there, Owl Boy, and now he's not there anymore.
I mean, I don't really remember any owl boys working here. I assumed you just took it from Marvin.
No. I took it from Owlman. Owlman was the guy who, he tried to, kill me almost and then didn't.
I thought you said you weren't brutally caught.
Yeah, not really. Just partially. But the point is that I got away, I got my stuff, got it to you with no consequences.
And you went back there?
Yes, I went back. If he was
trying to kill you, I feel like that was a poor choice.
Look, I had a deal with this guy, and I need to go back to him to tell him that I fulfilled on my end of the deal. So where is this guy?
Arvid's the only known archivist that has ever been there.
Okay, well then do we have records of who was in there? Because that guy apparently wasn't part of the library, but he knew me. Or knew that we were taking stuff. So I don't know.
I mean, I can see if we have some records of it. It'll take
that
me
would be
some time to pull
fantastic.
records,
I
though.
need to know now, actually. Thank you.
I won't be able to know for a while.
Fine. Just I'll be back here tomorrow. All right.
All right.
Thanks. And I just leave.
All right. Where are you heading to now?
I don't even know. I just start walking around the streets, kind of pacing.
Perception check.
10. Solid 10.
All you hear is, "You're just like the rest of your family."
Who said that? I hear you. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. You show yourself right now. Right now. I'm just yelling in an alleyway.
All right. Boulder. You're now in the tavern after this experience. What are you doing?
I'm talking to the bartender. Hey, something weird has happened, and it's right after I completed a mission. I'm wondering if I should go back to the people I completed the mission with and talk to them about what's your advice for me?
Well,
what's your name, by the way?
Vlara.
Valara.
You saw it last time. I still have the name tag.
I forgot it.
Well, I mean, I guess I've never really had that experience before, but I mean, hey, if you went on a mission with these guys and you're thinking there might be something that weird that happened, why not go and find them, talk to them? I mean, I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks for the drink.
If you trusted them enough to go on a mission with them, you should trust them enough to tell them this.
Yeah. I'll go talk to them.
All right.
I start heading out.
So yes, if you went to the tavern you were at before, you were actually at the tavern in the Genesis Academy. That's where you spent the night. Mm-hmm. So walking out, why don't you make a perception check?
Perceive me.
8.
Okay, so you don't really see too much of anything.
It's all black.
You are now blind. No, but let me just. All right. So, something you notice is to the side of you. It's almost like lightning struck next to you. Like just the flash of light, and you know that's a flash of lightning. You can just know that.
How close is next to me?
Like it was bright but only in like the corner of your eye. What do you do?
I turn in that direction.
And, looking that way, you see the form of someone familiar in like this wasteland-like environment. Sorry, happy music is not the time for it.
Get out of here, happy music.
Boulder. Where have you been? We need you.
But I don't want to be back here. This place is terrible. It's all destroyed.
If none of us stay, then how will it be rebuilt?
Well, people did stay. I just didn't... I don't want to be here.
You left us, Boulder. And you play the hero now? You bring shame to us all.
I'm sorry.
You cry?
No.
He's sad, but he's still Boulder. He's not crying.
Yeah.
At that moment, kind of looking down, looking back, it's gone. Detective Spade, why don't you make a perception check as you're going out from the church, which is also relatively in this area.
7.
Yeah!
I like it! Alright, luckily, you still have pretty keen eyes, so you spot the
Also, I'm
very
screaming
easy
in an
to
alleyway.
spot L. He looks very distraught, and he's yelling at the sign. It looks like.
I heard it! I'm not crazy! Where are you? Come out now! I'm like drawing my soul knife and like pointing around.
As I approach the back of him, I sort of turn him around and like pull him by the collar. I'm like, "What did you do to us?"
What do you mean, what did I do to us? What are you talking about? Get out of here! Where? How'd you find me?
Ever since we solved that thing, I've been having visions.
Wait.
It's like I'm in a different reality.
Really?
Can
Boulder,
I hear this?
make another perception.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, I keep hearing voices all the time. All the time.
I would say the two of you also see like a very stunned looking Boulder off to the side.
Is that Boulder? Hey! Boulder!
this point, you've
Okay,
even went
thank
through
you.
3.
I start walking over.
Hey, so,
Weird things have happened.
yeah, no, not only just weird that, you guys know that owl guy who was beating me up?
My
He
parents
doesn't
just got
exist.
mad at me, and they live in a different country.
That's weird, man. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
But that owl guy, he's gone. He, like, doesn't exist.
I didn't know this owl guy, so...
Well, Spade does. You saw him, right? Like, we were there.
Yeah, something we did is tampering with our minds.
How is that possible?
I put on my little head mind thing again, and I press the button.
Alright. No seeming... Doesn't seem like...
Look,
you don't
guys,
feel any different, at least.
I've never
I
taken
take
this
it
thing
back
off.
then.
This has the same properties, man. It shouldn't be
This
possible.
is weird. I'll give it that. I was back in that other village. It was like being built up. Or some villagers there too. I saw the obelisk behind me.
I was in that same village.
Oh, you had a similar vision?
I
Dude,
was.
I haven't seen any visions. What are you guys talking about?
At that point, you all look as you see some of these people around you. Like also, you're in the middle of that village again. You all recognize, especially you two. You've seen it enough times where it was built that you recognize this. You can kind of get the idea that you're in that village, and you look around. You don't see each other because you don't look the same. However, you're all seeing. You're looking up towards the obelisk as something is happening in the obelisk, and you see like people around you are picking others up and running, and they're running, and some Lantheon soldiers are chasing after someone, and all of a sudden you just see this wave of energy blast out from the obelisk as it falls over, and this purple energy with electricity and all this stuff shoots out towards everyone, and you just see people around you incinerated, and you see one thing shoot out of the obelisk as it explodes. Why don't you all make a perception check, see if you actually know what it is.
I got a 1.
No, you don't. So.
16.
18.
Okay, both of you recognize it as the item that L went after. It shot kind of out of the obelisk almost and landed in rubble where you found it later. As everything around is incinerated, and this vision almost glitches back into reality as it's like breaking down.
Hey, guys, I just had another weird vision thing.
Dude, so did I. That was the first one I've ever had. What just happened?
Well, clearly we were at the old village and the obelisk exploded.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
But, like, why?
how long did you say that heirloom has been in your family for?
Like, before I was born. Generations.
And when did you lose that?
It's like 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Okay.
All I'm saying is, I saw that egg shoot out of the obelisk.
Someone must have put
What?
it inside, and it must have messed with
How is
the
that
obelisk,
possible?
causing this entire thing to happen.
Dude, like, it's right here. It seems perfectly fine. So,
Well, what isn't it made out of? Actually, is it made out of that same material that's in these head things in your
yeah,
mouth?
it is. It totally is.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it can just withstand explosions like that.
Yes. I don't know. Why would it be put in an obelisk?
So
How would you
who
lose it?
stole that from you?
Look, I don't
have
even know.
questions for them now.
I don't even know. If I knew that, they'd probably be dead, okay? Because they killed my entire family.
Well, then go through how you lost this. Like, what even happened?
I don't even know. I wasn't there. I just came back and everything was destroyed.
Is there anyone who was there?
Not
Take
that's
a
alive
state, make a
anymore.
perception check. Yeah, just you.
20.
Alright.
That's a 17, actually.
You hear someone call a name, but you don't recognize the name. You're not even sure if they're saying a name or what it really is they're saying. But the voice is what stands out. You could have sworn you've heard that voice before. If you turn around and to see where the direction of where it's coming, you see like a figure kind of standing there. You're lost. You don't even know why you're here. You need to remember who you are. Remember why you're here. Or they will win. Don't let them win.
Who will win?
Do we see this?
No.
Who are you talking to? What? Hey, Spade.
Probably another weird vision thing.
Snap out of it, buddy.
Who will win?
You might get valuable information from these.
You need to stay
Information.
focused.
None of this has been
Find out
informative.
where you came from.
Figured out how
Find
the
out
thing
who
exploded.
you are.
I
We don't
don't
know
know.
how
will
it
be
exploded.
revealed.
We have no
because
idea.
of your weird egg.
You have to keep
How would this
trying.
make it explode?
Don't give up.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
At that moment, he fades away. And the way the light was hitting him too, you couldn't really make out his face. But the voice is something that's so familiar to you.
Alright, what just happened?
Something's telling me that we need to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, I agree.
would agree with that.
Elle, why don't you make a perception, an intelligence check?
Smart for once.
You do feel the connection to your item as close, like it should be, because it's in your pocket or whatever. But it's definitely not the same. And it doesn't really, when you hold it, you don't feel any closer than when it's in your pocket, which is a little unusual, as what you would have remembered from before. So just dwelling on that, something definitely seems off. But you're close to it. But you almost feel like you're not quite with it.
I chuck it.
Just throw it.
Yeah, chuck it.
The feeling stays the exact same. It doesn't feel any further or closer to you.
Dude, there's something seriously wrong with this. I walk over to it and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I've never had this feeling ever. In my whole life.
What are you feeling?
Alright, look. So, this thing is like connected with me, right?
Okay.
So,
Isn't that how we got there? Right?
right, exactly. So like I can sense it and I can feel it. And as I get closer to it, the feeling grows. The feeling isn't changing. I can punt this thing all the way across the alleyway and it wouldn't change a single thing.
This might be a kind of a wild theory, but with everything that we've been seeing, may not be that crazy. What if we're all in some sort of different reality or something? So the feeling is the same because in the real world it's on you in the same place, but this is all not real.
At that point, you all, again, the reality around you shifts. As you see, like, everything's like only partially formed. Like there's gaps in the reality as it's like fading away a little bit. But you see images of these soldiers and like what looks to be like maybe some kind of investigators or scientists kind of taking bits and pieces from the obelisk that's fallen. And like, but again, reality is still like not all the way there.
Okay. So it like looks like broken.
Yeah.
So this is
I
like after,
phase
right?
shift.
Yeah.
And then I try and run through a broken piece in reality.
All right. Why don't you just make a straight D20 roll?
10.
Okay.
It's a shite.
Running towards one of these breaks, and as your phase shifted, as soon as you phase shift in general, everything looks even more unusual than when you normally phase, as you do still see those breaks and those tears, but like all of the landscape disappears. You're just standing there in basically nothing, and you just see those tears. And heading for one of them, at that moment, you open your eyes to find an interesting face staring back at you. It's this face comprised of gems. Half of its face is your mask, with parts of like what almost is like a human-like face, and the other side that's always changing as it's looking right at you, and you're being held in this gem, almost like it's surrounding you, almost like tentacles all around you, but they're all made of that purple gemstone.
What in the world is going
You see your mask on the floor next to you, and it's no longer on you.
What?
What do you do? You see him like tightening everything around you, and you almost feel yourself wanting to black out again.
I use displace self, so I like project an image of myself in another location, as like I like grab the mask and I start running away. But it's obviously a fake version of me.
So a fake version of you grabs the mask and runs away?
Yes.
And he releases. And
He
goes
releases
after
me?
it. Yes.
Okay. I phase shift immediately, grab the mask, and then I look around. What's happening?
Looking around, you see both Boulder and Detective Spade also wrapped in like two other arms, and he has like almost behind his back as he has two of them free still, and he has like this giant sword on his hip. He has and he still has that mixed face. He looks a lot taller than he did before, a lot more humanoid. He's at least 11 feet tall.
That from me.
As he grabs this large sword.
Wait, so I see Spade and Boulder, right?
Yes, they're like behind him, kind of wrapped up, almost like separated, but they're kind of connected to him still. So the two of you, for just a quick moment, the two of you now see L just disappeared. Yeah, as the vision ended, you just see him, he's not there anymore, next to you.
Well, that is not normal. Where did he go?
Something tells me whatever's tampering with our minds has pulled him in with it.
Probably. Well,
All
I
right.
mean, there's nothing we can do about it, really.
Switching back to you.
I run at this gem dude.
Alright. You see him kind of surprised you're just charging at him, and then kind of winding up, ready for a strike.
and I like kind of displace myself again, and I slide like under his legs, but like I put myself, my fake self, like a little bit further back than I am, so I'm actually further ahead than what he sees.
Now what are you doing?
I immediately throw my pen and broke the tip, and then I immediately draw my spiritual weapon in my katana, and I slash at like anything that's holding.
All right, why don't you make
Detective
attack roll.
Spade?
What about me?
Well, I gotta get him out first. 15.
All right, you break through the gem, and at that moment, Boulder, you just see Detective Spade. Poof, he's just gone. And Detective Spade, you awaken in like a kind of disoriented state, but you look around and you see exactly what Elle sees. You see this creature that, for basically looks like a merger of the three of you. You actually even see he has a pistol made of gems on the side of his person, and he hit at this illusion of Elle, and you see the real one now right next to you.
Help me! And I like start trying to charge for Boulder.
All right, what are you doing, Detective Spade?
I'm gonna whip out my pistol and just try to distract him with a couple shots.
All right, you see him turning around, and he just there's like a lightning strike that shoots down at the three of you. As it's made of this purple energy though, and it didn't really hit near you guys, but it was almost like a warning shot. Like it just was right in front of him. And why don't you make a roll for your pistol shots?
So what does our surroundings look like?
You're back in the abandoned village. You're within the walls, and the fallen obelisk is behind you, and it is kind of pulsing slightly.
What the world's going on? So yeah, I slash it.
All right, we get an attack roll for that too. What'd you get for your
A 10.
10? That will hit. You see, and the crystalline structure of his body gets shattered by these bullets. Big gaping hole. It's not like he's bleeding, but there's large dents where they were. And you see him take his sword, and this large sword, like there's an energy now over it. All right, and then what'd you get for breaking him out?
An 18. Let's go!
All right. At this moment, Boulder, you are broken out and you awaken in this reality.
Ugh, what is going on here?
Watch out!
And you see this large version of actually not really that large to you. Basically, someone your height, wielding a sword pretty much just like yours, with some kind of energy all around the blade, about to hit you in the face.
I try to bring out my sword and block it
All right,
as
why don't you
best I can.
make an attack roll for that? Oh.
9.
Yeah, he did not get a 9. So as he hits, you start pulling up your sword, and you block part of it, but he just pushes all the way through, and the energy of it just smacks you, and you just fly into Elle too, and the two of you just.
Oh my goodness, that was not fun.
All right, so here, let me just. We'll just kind of represent the rough battlefield here. So this is this guy. Why don't you put Elle and Boulder right here? And they're kind of knocked over at this point. And you would have been over there. And this guy is pretty big. He takes up probably a lot of spaces, but there he is. All right. What are you guys doing?
I pick up I move, and then I pick up like a rock off the ground. I infuse it with a lightning bolt, and I just throw it right at this guy because I don't want to throw my sword.
Make an attack roll.
A 2.
All right, so you throw it towards him. You see him just take up his large sword and just turn it sideways, and he just blocks it with the sword. As he looks towards Hector Spade now, and he sheaths the blade to grab onto this pistol. What are the rest of you doing?
Finally composing myself after being squished, I slowly stand up and then I just start running towards them and drawing out my spiritual weapon once more.
Alright, why don't you make another attack roll there?
It's 11.
Alright, that's enough, totally. Where are you aiming for?
I'm going to go like right across his back.
Alright, easy enough. You have to jump a little bit as he's pretty tall, but going across his back, you see the crystals again crack and actually have some of them fall off as he tumbles forward. He takes out that pistol. Hector Spade, what are you doing?
I'm gonna quickly roll it away and try to shoot the gun right out of his hand.
Alright, go for it.
15.
Alright, yeah, as he kind of starts pulling towards it, you roll it out. You actually shoot kind of at the base of the gun. And the gun actually just shatters because it's, again, still made out of this crystal gem. And then he clenches his fist. Two soul knives appear as he looks towards L. What are you doing?
I just try and jump backwards as fast as I can.
Alright, make a roll for that.
12.
Alright, you narrowly miss these soul knives. In fact, they almost scrape at your clothing just a little bit.
As that's happening, I'm running over and I have my big claymore out, and as his arms are extended, I'm trying to go for...
Much closer now.
Yes, yeah, I'm running toward him. I go for the arms that are out and try to sever them, because the material doesn't look that strong.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Please get higher than a 2. 14.
Alright.
It's higher than a 2.
So, hitting at his arms, he kind of started retracting them pretty quickly, so you only got towards his hands, but yes, you cut both his hands off. And then, as he's looking at them, and you see the gems kind of form this sharp edge. And he just only has now 2 knife hands.
Does that help things or make it worse?
I don't know. As he's now looking towards you, Detective Spade, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna, seeing that no matter how many limbs we take off, he seems to regrow something back. I'm just gonna go for a headshot.
Alright, go for it.
Also, seeing this, does he look like he's running out of gems over time, or does he seem to have an infinite source?
So even though you cut off his hands and he kind of formed something, his arms are shorter now. So it's not like he regrew to the same length.
So eventually,
it's definitely shorter.
Oh my goodness.
What'd you get?
A net 20.
Yeah, baby.
So, aiming for the head, you just waited patiently as he's basically going after Boulder now. And then, poof, right through the temples. It's right across, all the way through, and you just see his head shatter. As
That'll teach you for stealing my face! Oh,
and now
my goodness.
he's looks like he's blindly hitting. As it did actually take away his sight, but he is just waving all his limbs around at roughly towards Boulder.
I'm sorry.
I
tried to start.
What are you doing?
Instead of
You
this,
just
yeah, he's waving
he's not really
weirdly,
that close,
but
to be honest.
I'm trying to just go through and slice through the chest, trying to split him.
All right, make attack roll. What are you doing, Elle?
I'm
20.
just observing at this point.
All right, natural 20.
Yeah.
It's just a regular just hit, no infusion or anything. All right, so just with your sword, you just you're seeing him just mindlessly wave, and you're like, all right. And for a moment, Boulder actually just thought this through. He's like, I gotta wait for the perfect time. And then he came a little closer, and you just bashed through his entire chest, and your large sword just took him completely out, and the chest. And something that is still like arcing of energy out from him, but he's not moving.
So is that like a green energy or a purple, energy?
So now, kind of with these calming down slightly, L, make a d20 roll.
Oh. 11.
You feel your item close by, and you still feel it in your pocket.
So it's not coming from.
It's not coming from that, but you feel it nearby. Like it's in front of you.
I start kind of walking around looking for it.
The closer you get to this remain of and the energy is still kind of sparking through it, but the remains of this gem creature. The closer you get to it, the stronger you feel it.
Oh no! Oh no! What did this thing do? And I'm kind of looking around, seeing if I can determine what part I'm actually sensing.
Kind of getting close to it. It doesn't seem like one particular part of the gems is what you're just sensing. It's more like this. Every time the energy pulses through it, you feel it stronger, and you also feel a little bit of it somewhere else. And looking behind, you see the obelisk is still pulsing.
Dude, what happened here? What's going on? And I kind of start
kicking
the remains of this guy. I'm like,
and as you're getting really close and just kicking with it, you feel the item that's in your pocket now is shaking.
Dude, guys, okay, so I have the connection with this thing. Something with this item is ruined now. Ah!
What do you mean it's ruined?
I don't know. I don't have the connection to the item anymore. It's now this thing.
Maybe
Also,
try putting it next to the sparking energy, absorb it back into it.
At this point, the two of you are now starting to feel something really heavy weigh on your mind, as you no longer have the thing on your forehead.
I put the thing back on my forehead.
You see them actually laying on the ground a little bit ways away, and it looks like the creature took them off. So I assume you guys both
I
grab
walk
those.
over toward them.
Okay. And you actually start to feel even just straight up pain in your head.
Grab it, put it back on. Oh, much better.
Might as well give it a shot. So I just kind of take out the item and I just chuck it at one of the pieces of it.
It just kind of lays on there. You do see kind of it's vibrating with it, but it's not really seeming to change it.
Shove it in the energy arcs and try and get it to absorb it.
It kind of hits it and it reacts again, shakes it again, but doesn't really do anything.
Boulder, it's not working. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. It's not my item. It's yours. Figure it out.
Why don't you make one more just insight check? Why don't you do an insight check here?
That's a 2.
Yeah, you're not really sure where this energy is completely seems like it's originating from.
I just kind of look at all the places that's sparking and just see if I can find anything out of the ordinary.
So the biggest spots that spark and seem like they have energy to them is the two largest piles of gems, which came from the two big halves of the creature falling in half with bolts are cut in half. Everything else is kind of fallen away earlier. They don't really seem to have anything in them. And then the next biggest source of energy, looking all around, seems to be the obelisk itself. It looks like...
Give the obelisk a look. I think I've been over here before, so...
Yeah.
I'll just walk over to the obelisk and see if I can determine anything that's, causing all this.
Why don't you make an investigation check? Are you guys following him over there? Or?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you also make an investigation check?
I also got a 2.
I got a 10.
All right. That's a lot better, especially for you. So, kind of looking over this thing. You guys did give it a little bit of a look the first time you came here, before you fought the gem creature. And looking at it a little closer, you start to see that the point in which it broke off, half of it, the most of it, that's laying on the ground, it has this like half circle cutout in the very base of it, and the base of it that's still standing there, it also has the rest of the half circle cutout, and they kind of go decently deep into the obelisk. That's like one of the biggest things you can glean from it. It's the only thing that seems tampered with, per se.
Is the shape of his object?
It does seem to be a similar shape.
Hey, what if we put your object back?
Back in this thing?
What if it wasn't meant to come out?
How would that even make sense?
I don't know, but if you look at the shapes, it looks like it was in here.
I just shove it back in. Because at this point, I have nothing to lose.
Alright, why don't you make a d20 roll?
That's a 13.
Okay, immediately putting it in there, you feel zapped, like, incredibly, with some kind of energy, and you just get shot backwards. And
That was a good idea to have it work back in.
And the object, though, that you place there, your item, it stays. It's like almost like it's magnetized to it now. And you see like the energy kind of pulsing again, but you see things pulsing like towards it. And now it's just falls out.
Huh?
And the energy, even from the gems over there, everything seems to have died.
I knew it absorbed that energy.
Dude!
I just
You
didn't
were right.
know where it would absorb it.
I like walk over to it, and do I feel the connection with this item once more?
Yes, you do.
Yes! And it's
Okay,
like,
that's enough. I like push him off.
Boulder, you are a lifesaver, man. Ugh. Well, I guess Detective Spade also helped, put it, right in the right spot and everything. So, I just wanted to say, you guys are awesome. Ugh.
Well, now, I guess, should we head back to the main area where that owl dude you said was? See if he's actually there this time?
Do this again?
Yeah.
All over again? I mean,
To get new bread now.
I guess.
Are we?
Did
So we're back at the campsite, right?
Yeah, you're back in that town.
Does it feel like it's reality, or does it still feel like...
Why don't you make an intelligence check?
9?
You're pretty sure it's reality.
Guys, how do we know this is real?
Well, I pinched myself several times since I got here, and it seems real to me.
But
who's ever heard
flashing
of
in
like
and
a
out.
dream in a dream before? So that doesn't happen.
But we've been flashing in and out of this space this whole time.
Well, not this
That's
space.
true. So,
That
I
was
guess the best way
in
to
the other
find out
world.
is to leave said space and see if we flash back into it again.
That's a good point.
Suppose there's nothing to lose there.
At this point, walking towards, if you start trying to leave the thing, you remember there is the wall there still, but actually it opens.
That's
weird.
interesting.
What?
I go over and I peek over the side, seeing if there are people.
As you start
opening
getting
it.
close to it, you see like about 50 soldiers start walking into the wall as they're walking in.
Why, hello, fellow.
What did we walk into?
Lantheonites?
And one kind of emerges from the group, and you recognize him as Captain Lythor, the one you spoke to at the barrier.
Hey!
We solved the problem
I think
over
we fixed
here.
it!
Good to see that you are still alive. However, we have some people that need to talk to you.
Oh.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Interesting.
All right.
I'm sure this will be fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for watching Masters and Martyrs. Join us next week for another episode. Thank you to Sirenscape for providing the music for this episode. And comment below. We really want to hear about what the favorite part was. If you have a suggestion, hey, if you want to play this game, let us know, and we'll work on getting out some materials for you guys to start playing this game yourselves as well. We want to be able to do that for you and help us make this thing. Let's do it. Thank you.